Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only, and you're very welcome to follow any of our automated trading signal as long as you are at your own risk, please. Beautiful opening today at 9:30. The market is start moving upward. And today, I would like you to keep your eye on the gold. Today, we have the gold went. The gold went crazy. It was around 37,000 movement on the gold this morning. So keep your eye on the gold. It is an amazing Russell, Nasdaq, ES, all of them. They are amazing, and we will be covering some of the auto trades we have. At the moment, we just closed the ES on the other automated trade, which we will cover later. Here, where the market was closed, took one trade, and this is around 9 o'clock. It just finished right now, one shot. Based on one contract, 22.87. And it was one trade and it's done. And we will cover some of those different type of an automated trade. For the ones that just joined us, this is an automated trade and signal, and we have some different like this one here, a normal automated trade like the one you are used to. And we just got the other ES, the first one we showed is based on one contract. It was a 2200, and this one here is a base on four contracts, made 8250, and it is done. It is amazing numbers. I don't know what to say. The market is crazy. And let's cover at the beginning what's going on with the market. When we have the opening, of course, the automated trade has took those signal. First of all, let's go start retract from the beginning. When we had the new signal, it was buy at 27.50, target 23.79. So every time the auto trade take a trade, estimate where is going this trade and where you need to exit that trade. It's not just an entry, it's where to enter, where to exit. And I left them open for you to see how the system entered the market right above the zone at 23.2850. The system estimated at 23.8050, and we nailed 23.8050. The difference between the chart and the market analyzer, the market analyzer give you the entry and the exit, boom, finished, fatty. On the chart, the automated trade can extend the target if it's extendable, if the market is trending, which we nailed around the 1000. The Nasdaq has just closed position, and now they all close in position. But the accuracy is most important than the numbers, because we had the entry here at 73.14 on the Nasdaq, estimated at 74.3850. We nailed it right at the resistance fib line, 74.3850, right on target. And what is in combination between the ES, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones? Let me show you something, how the system worked. On the entry, we have an entry, and we have the trailing stops are based on a fib. If we notice on the ES, Nasdaq, and YM, right after it hit the target, we had a reversal signal fired in there. We have a reversal signal fired right at the fib resistance line, and we have a reversal. Our reversal are not they do not repaint, and those reversal stays there. And as you see where it's the reversal, when the wick just hit the target on the Nasdaq, the reversal fired, and means you need to exit out of those trades. Now the only trade we have left is the YM. but I'm very sure we still have some trade on the scalping system. The scalping system is based on the left upper signal, and we will cover that. We have so much to cover today on those trades. So right now we have the last support area at 19,591 on the YM, and this one here, if we cross that number here and we close that position on the ES, that means the trades are finished and it's not over. It's not now going to the short position. As you see here, the system, it just also is not just giving you the entry and the exit. And then we have the re-entry point at 2339 level. When is the best time to start? We have one gentleman asking me this today from Australia. What time is to start? The best time to start around 9:30, and then when the market's open, if you are in the trade, that's okay. If it's not, you just hold until the market calm down a bit, and then what you do, you start trading. You start activating the auto trade. So always around 8:30, 9 o'clock, you can start trading. And if you are in a position at 9:30, that's very fine. You stay on it. And if you're not, then you reactivate the auto trade around 9:45. So let's look also. We've been testing a lot on the auto trade, and to our traders we have sent, as you see now, the Nasdaq has fired the signal to the short side, and the scalpers already into the trades. As you see from the left upper corner on the market analyzer, it is the scalpers start turning. So now the market is really turning from long to short immediately, and we will cover that as well, and we will look at those trades. Just that everything is going extremely fast, and we need to keep up with it today. The market is extremely fast. And let's look at the scalper as an example. This is the scalper connected to the market analyzer, the one on the right upper corner. As we see, the YM is taking a trade, and we will look at the other ones. We look at the ES, and the ES is already $1,000 in that trade. And you gotta be fast on a day like this. You need to go ahead and take the needle down and break even, and then you are safe. And we have 830 on the Nasdaq. CL, we're about to close 860. Russell 1,700. Gold. We are overdoing the gold today. Just closed 3,000, and now it is closed on the gold. So this is okay. So let's go back to the Russell. We are about to close around 2,300. CL close position. You can see the CL close position. Nasdaq, we still have 1,140. YM break even immediately. There we go. So we are safe, and we have the ES is on 1,200. Beautiful day, absolutely a beautiful day to start with, and we will. One of the things also, if the market is going back and forth and is scaring you, you can always break even. So now you are on a free ride. It's not costing you anything, and you can stay like this, or you can secure the profit, and you can go down and secure $500-600 on that trade. There is no big deal on that one. We have sent you yesterday some some templates, and we have sent an update to some template, and we will cover some of those templates. One of them is the DAX, as I remember, and we have made also templates showing the traders how to make it your own template. But I know the DAX, we start now doing the DAX, and the DAX, this is the template we have sent yesterday on the DAX, and it is 1,200 at the moment, and we will keep, yesterday was 6,000 on the DAX. We start now covering with the DAX. Let's see what else we have on the CL. This one here also, we have sent you this yesterday based on one contract, the template, and on one trade on the CL, 760 on the CL. So we are okay. We are doing extremely well. Again, guys, trading is not a picnic, and you cannot be stubborn with the trading. And the stock market is not gonna go what you like. The stock market, you have to go by the stock market rules. The market don't care about your rules and my rules, and you have to be very fast. Understand what's going on in the market. Otherwise, you'll be wasting your time and trading. We can provide the tools for you. We can provide auto trades for you, but how to manage the auto trade, what time to start the auto trade, what time you need to stop trading, how to break even when you see, like now, this market is going back and forth. All those here, it requires a little practice from a guy is trained or has been around the market long enough. The longer this person is behind the market, the more he have respect for it. And the newer guys, they have no respect. They think they can get away with it, and they find out the hard way. You cannot get away with trading. You need to be disciplined. You have to be alert, and you have to be open your head what's going on. Let me show you an example. A few minutes ago, we had thousands of dollars into the profit, and right now, if we look at the market analyzer, as you see here, this market is turning around and is a struggling market. So if I want to start right now auto trade, and when I see this market analyzer all in red, I'm gonna skip for 10-15 minutes until this market finding a direction. And that's why right now it's not tradable, because this market is going from extreme long. The trend was very strong to the long side, and right now is, if you see, everything start turning in red. Does not mean the system, it means now the market is going between two direction. And if we wait few more minutes and keep your eye on this market analyzer, within minutes this market analyzer will start turning to green. This means the market is finally find a direction, and now we are going into the right direction, and then this way you can activate your auto trade. There is a lot of things we can examine before we start, especially this kind of auto trade. We can examine a lot of stuff. As an example here on the ES, this kind of auto trade. But before we start the auto trade, it's not the auto trade problem to build out of a trouble in the market. It can, to certain limitation for every auto trade, there is a limitation how much you can do. But when this market start turning around like this, I will not start this kind of auto trade at the moment. If you come in the morning and you see it right now, the market analyzer is in red, you'll be calm a bit for 10-15 minutes. Once you see this market analyzer start turning around in the green, because after the market was about to drop, the market turning around and start going long again. So all of a sudden we have a different direction, and now before you know it, either that market is gonna go long or it's gonna go short. And as you see right now, the whole market is in trouble. We don't know which direction we are going. So on this kind of auto trade, you need to wait a little bit sometimes. It makes a difference between 10 and 15 minutes. And once you see this market analyzer is in the green, I'm not asking you to be an expert, but once you see this market analyzer is in the green, that means it is safe to trade. And if you see it is a little bit different, then you just wait 10, 15 minutes. And trust me or not, this market is going to change direction. And right now, this market is in really trouble direction. So let's wait a little bit on this one here to drop. And the only one is we have is the CL still running on the right direction, and there is nothing left. All of them after the market turn around, and we know now the market is in trouble, so we gotta wait till this market take in direction, and then we will start toggling each one of them one by one. At the moment, we got lucky. Most of them closed position on the auto trade, and right now this market going in a different direction. So we are not gonna. This one here is based on one contract. The Russell YM, it is done also. It's finished. This is a really weird looking chart. The ES is finished. We're only using 1, 2, 3 minutes or 5 minutes on the in the market. We have the Nasdaq also is done. This one here, guys, this template on the Nasdaq 1 minute. Is this one? Yes, I think it's this one. It's really driving me sometimes since yesterday until today. I have reloaded 100 times, and every time nailed 1,412 exactly. This is the first time close above the 1,000, which the target is 1,000. But this Nasdaq also, we have sent you this template. The Nasdaq has been reloading every single time is 1,400. This is the first time made 1,000, which we've been testing it from yesterday actually, and also the 1 minute is done. This is a base on one contract, 2,700. The DAX is. There is no trade right now on the signal, guys. There is no trade. Everything is in red. We're waiting. On the DAX is done. And do we still have a trade? No, we don't have any more. So we wait. We just wait. Really, the market to start turning around is in trouble. Let's see what will happen today. Really trouble. Let's see what will happen. There we go. Every single market is in trouble right now. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and break this one here even. I don't trust the market anymore. And let's wait. Absolutely, there is no trade at the moment. Absolutely, there is no trade. If you want to take a trade on your own sim, the short trade is going to be limited order at 73.37. 73.37 is a short trade, limited order. You're on. We're not responsible for your trade. 73.37.75 limited order sell. Let's look at the ES. There is no trade on the ES. If you want to take a trade on the ES, there is a re-entry point at 23.49.50, which I will not take it right now. I will make a bet on the sell order at 23.41.75 limited order. It's the same number, sell. Where it says sell is right here, right, limited order. And I'm not sure this re-entry point is gonna nail it, because the re-entry point at 23.50, and you have a heavy resistance as we see here on the ES. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars on the resistance 23.61.50. So that 23.61.50 has been confirmed. This is a resistance line, and the re-entry point, I don't see if it's gonna hold. So the short trade, it will be at 23.42 limited order short at that number. As we said on the NASDAQ, you should be getting filled. We said this is where the short trade has to be, right below that line, and you should be okay. But watch this line, mark on your chart, 73.10. You need to. YM is a one big messy banana market here. I will not. Heavy resistance and a heavy support. There is nothing, not even auto trading on the YM. The YM is going to be in deep trouble today. So you cannot trade the YM at all at the moment. Not in those conditions. It's a very messy YM. Heavy resistance on the upper side and a heavy support. And the ES is getting stuck between the resistance 23.61.25 and the support 23.46. Hands off. The only short trade we have on the ES is 23.42. This is the only short trade we have at the moment. Let's look at the gold. Today the gold is really going crazy on the gold. The gold has... Also, the gold right now in trouble because this market turned around immediately, broke every rules. Anyway, keep your eye, if you are a gold trader, it's a short entry. Keep your eye on 1661.1. If we cross this one, we are going down to the 1651. This is a very good trade. Keep your eye on this support area, 1661.2. The market is in trouble, and for a guy, this is exactly the area where untrained trader, he thinks he can jump out of a window and land on his feet. This is where today, right now, this market, if the trader cannot see what's going on in the market, he can lose his account today. He has to have an eyes like hawk. And as we see here, look at this, guys. The ES is the biggest signal in the market. And the ES right now, we have a double support area at 23.45.25 and 23.46. And we have confirmed the resistance on 23.61. So right now it is very important for this ES to close that bar below those double support area for this market in order to keep going. If this ES not able to break those two, that means we are looking for trouble, and that is where an amateur trader immediately is going to sink into a lot of trouble. Let's look. The Nasdaq is going exactly what I have said. Is doing very well now. The Nasdaq, the gold is like what I said, exactly what I said. We need to break this number, 1661.3. We need this bar to close below that line. If we are, then we are doing fine. With the YM is a bad news for the YM trader. You, no matter what you do with the YM today, you are going to lose, my friend. So stay away from the YM today. There is a certain time or a certain condition, certain place where the market on the future is not tradable. And the YM is one of them right now, because the YM got stuck in that channel. I have one guy said, the YM got stuck on your channel, YouTube channel, and that freaked me out. No, it's not stuck on my YouTube channel. It's stuck on the channel between a resistance and a support. As you see here, this is a support area at 19604, and there is a double resistance at this area here. So this market here is stuck on that channel. And when I say it's stuck on that channel, if we can get this one to work, Jane, it doesn't. It's always a crash, Jane. When I try to use it on YouTube, I don't know why, but I wanted to take a screenshot, and it froze everything. Okay, no, I'm not gonna touch it. But here is the support area, and here is the resistance. As we see, the market got stuck into between these two channels. And it is the same story on the ES. The ES got stuck between a resistance line at 23.6075 and 23.45. What we need to do in this condition, when we need to start auto trading in this condition, we need to see this ES breaking either up or down, but it needs to break from that channel. So the things is, guys, sometimes when you say to someone, you need to look sometimes at the chart a little bit. Why? Doesn't your auto trade do it? Yes, but how my auto trade or anybody's auto trade going to spot when the market is stuck in a channel? Now there is one thing only is can do that job when the market is stuck. Not this type of an automated trade. Not this type of an automated trade. This is an automated trade with a different algo, and not with this kind of auto trade. But if you really wanted to be going between the fibs and getting stuck with the channel, you need to get stuck with those automated trade, because this is based on fibs. And you can see it when it is based on fibs, and you can start trading it on this one here. So right now you can see also the gold start getting in trouble. So on that kind of automated trade, yes, this one here can help you when the market is getting stuck between channels, because everything is based on fib with that kind of auto trade. So as we see right now, what we have said to the Nasdaq, mark on your chart 730875, and it happened. And now we have the re-entry at 7366. The market is in a a lot of trouble in the market right now. we need to put everything on hold until this market start moving. Close position. And wait till this market finding a direction. Nothing we can do. If the market cannot find a direction, I cannot find a direction for the market. So right now, everything should be on hold until this market decide which direction want to go. And this is where to the traders are learning. When you see things like this, stop everything, wait. Stop everything, get away from the computer, and wait for 5-10 minutes till this market finds a direction. Because in this area right now, no matter what we do, we're gonna get hit. And as we see, the market analyzer on both of sides are getting in trouble. That's mean no trade, off trade right now. For now it's 10:06. We will look at this market at 10:15. So from now to 10:15, I don't want to encourage any trader to take any trade. I prefer to stay away for the next 6-7 minutes until the market find a direction. And guys, this is the area where amateur traders lose all their money, right here, right now. And they are not aware of the trouble the market is in, and they're gonna dive in right into the pile of mud. And this is where you're gonna start losing money. So again, guys, hands off, and then we start looking at this market at 10:15. I'll stay quiet from now till 10:15. Thank you. Very good question. Asking when how he can look at when the market is tradable again. Let me try to get this screenshot, Gene, again. See if I can get it to work. says already running, and I don't see it anywhere. Okay. Look, if we notice here, this is the resistance area right there. And it's been confirmed we have a double support area right here. And then the market going back and forth in this area. This is getting stuck in that channel. So what we need to see a breakout either direction. And it looks very bad to the downside. There is a lot of support area here. You have 1, 2, 3 support area, 4. And this is not good to the downside. However, if this market a break to the upper side, we have a very good potential to make money. If the market a break to the downside, you're gonna dive into a lot of trouble. The same story on the Nasdaq is right there. Guys, anyone don't have efficient fibs is lost in this market. Without the fibs, you are shooting in the air empty. And as we see here, this market going to the resistance, support, resistance, and is playing you right here. It's confusing every single trader, especially the amateur trading. Now the YM is the same story, is right there and right here. And this is a sad part if you cannot see it. So the market going back and forth around this area here, and it's extremely tight. And then here is the problem. You have a heavy support area, heavy support, projection, support, double support. This is a very bad news for the CL. And then you have one resistance here is okay, and one resistance here is okay. So it is very important right now for that market to break to the upper side. We don't want the downside because there is a lot of support area. If we look at the ES, as you see now start blinking here, means there is a lot of buyers. The signals start getting momentum. Once it start to break in this 2364, the trailing is stopped. This is a resistance floor and fib. Then we're gonna start see some movement, and then we are expecting to get before 12 o'clock to the 2391.50. However, if this market fell to break to the upper side and we gonna break to the downside, guess what? There is no more trade from that point till 12 o'clock because you're gonna lose money. And this is where a trader should recognize. You can brush it off. Of course you can brush it off. You can see this is irrelevant. You can say, no, I can do better with another system. Good luck. And I can use another indicator. Good luck using indicators. And but at the end of the day, if you do not use the proper fibs, you cannot auto trade and you cannot manual trade. And again, if you cannot manual trade, you cannot auto trade. The reason is, if you cannot make money, I mean, if you are not a manual trader, it's fine. But if it's a professional manual trader, couldn't make money today, you're not going to be making money on the auto trade, because also you are stuck with him, and you are stuck with the same line like any other professional trader trading. So you cannot say is the auto trade a problem, because your auto trade is going to stop at those fib lines like any other professional trader trading manually. So it is your problem to identify when the market is in trouble. It's not your system, it's you. Have to recognize you need to wait on, not turn on the auto trade until this market start taking direction. If you are in a position, that's very fine. You can stay on that position. But if you're not, you're trying to open a new position, this is where you're going to get in trouble right now. Because I have no clue if this market gonna keep going up or not. I don't have, like the DAX I showed you earlier, is still in that trade, and is still on the trailing stop, and we still on the same number 15-20 minutes ago. And okay, you can take your chances, or you can close position and call it off for today. You can close position right there. If the market goes up, because now the ES trying to cross the 2373. If the ES go up, you are into around 5,000 euro. And if the market is not gonna go up, you're gonna walk away with a couple ticks. And this is your call to say or recognize there is a little problem in the market at the moment. So let's keep our eye on the ES, if it's gonna break those levels. And if it is, break the last resistance, 2373, this is your trailing stop, we are looking for a buy all the way to the 2392. And as you see, when it came into the resistance, the market fell again, which this is the most aggravating time in the market, where you go long, the market goes short. You go short, the market go long. And you get frustrated and you don't understand what you are doing wrong. What you're doing wrong, you have not recognized at the moment the market is not tradable. And this is very, very, very sad part, you know. Okay. Well, the only thing, as I said earlier today, the gold is taking a lot of action today. It just closed. And on the automated trade, a different system, just closed. It's based on 2 contract, 3,000. And the gold is finished as well. Not much going on, guys. Not much going on. There's nothing to trade. So we're sitting on the side. There is nothing to do. It's 10:19, and right now the market's sideways, and there is nothing we can do. We just wait. No trade. Please don't get stubborn and use anything right now. Please, for your safety, do not take any trade. Stay on standby to see if this ES break the 2373 level. Maybe we have a hope to take a trade, or you can use your automated trade, and then we will be expecting to stand 20. We should be before 12 at 23.9175. As you see, the scalpers already start taking a long trade. Also, they are struggling. Wow. But we had a beautiful run for many days, and today is one of those days. Look at this. The market's sinking again at the 2373. Nothing. Nothing. Hands off. There is nothing. Hands off. Clean your hands. There is nothing here. What you do in those cases, you flat out everything and you just sit on the standby till we have this market go back in line and start move. Right now, everything starts sinking. Yeah, it is the best to stay away from the trade for another 10 minutes. Hopefully, we can get something out of it. That's how it is sometimes. You gotta sit on the side for 10-15 minutes. And then if this market decides to move, then we move with it. Or we activate the auto trade. If it's not, then leave it alone. While the DAX is still climbing, that's fine. Based on one contract. This is the only trade we have left. And I don't see anything else. On the scalper, we have two entry buy, and the Nasdaq we have two entries on the scalper. That's the only trades we have. Now they start getting a new signal buy, and look, sinking again. Don't do anything. CL is nothing. Gold, nothing. Nasdaq, that's the only trade. YM, ES on the scalper. The YM took a long trade. This is good. This is a very good news. And the YM is not going to go that far. We're going to the 004. And the ES is sinking again. Man, it is a trouble market. It's sinking again. YM. And Nasdaq. On the ES, don't expect anything above the 2391. But it's a weak, long trade, guys. Be careful with that. With this condition, when the market is really tough, you can move the trailing stop. That's why I like the ATM, because we can move the trailing stop. There we go. And you can secure some of the profit. I don't trust today. And now the ES, the market start moving. I want to break even immediately. I don't trust the market at all. You can use those as a fully automated trade, but I recommend to use an ATM because you can have the auto trade taking those trades like today. I don't trust the market. So look, if the market come up, the trailing stop come up to your break even, it's gonna move your trailing stops, moving for you automatically. And if the market starts sinking, then at least you break even. So this is very important. On a day like this, I don't trust the market. You break even as soon as possible on that. With the auto trades, we only have one trade left. The Nasdaq, there is nothing else. The ones they hit the target, and the rest there is nothing. And we have one trade on the Nasdaq. This is it for the fully automated. This fully automated is not a signal; it's a different automated system, all in your package. Look on the 15-second, the automated trade calculated 1074, and the market came in one tick below that number. And this is something when you are busy, you cannot see that. But that's why it's nice to keep your eye on the trade, because we don't want to miss $800 because you're not looking at the market. And now it gave a new trade, okay, new high level. And you can see if this market is trending, the auto trade is going to extend the target. This is beautiful the way it does. And stand closing at 700, trying the auto trade to see if it can go over a little bit. This is really nice. Yes, this is it, guys, as expected. Target 2, profit taken at 23.91. We drove you all the way to the where I told you it's going to be before 12 o'clock. And what is the Nasdaq? The Nasdaq is 730. The Nasdaq, on the 1 minute, there is a lot of problems on the Nasdaq 1 minute. A lot of problems in there. And profit taken on the ES. Look at this. It just fired a reversal, guys. You see that? I don't know if you can see that on YouTube, but it just fired a reversal. So if we can climb to the 91, you close that trade. YM start sinking again. And the ES start sinking again. You see? That's why I don't trust the market right now. Break even plus one tick, or close position immediately. It's up to you how you want to play it. YM, Nasdaq is sinking again, you see? Amazing. There we go. From $700-800 to nothing when you're not looking at the chart. Welcome to trading. We still have one trade here and one trade there. Uh, I think the microphone was on. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, so okay, Vito. Now there is a sound. I'm sorry. Then I was talking to myself. Okay, the DAX close position now based on one contract. The YM Nasdaq. All right. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ben. I'm sorry. I was talking to myself then. Good. Okay, because this, it doesn't matter if it is a gold CLES. Once we cross those resistance line, now we are going home free to the 1664. So it's finished. Immediately you can identify once we cross those lines, and now will be dealing with the 1664. It doesn't matter if it's an ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones. All what you need, those fibs, and let the auto trade take the trades for you and give you an estimation where is your destination to that trade. It's very simple. I don't know how much I've just find out I have the microphone off. Guys, what I'm trying to say, I don't know if the microphone was off. This kind of auto trading, it is nice. You can put it on one screen and try to learn how to manage the what time, and you can put them on one screen. But for that type of a trading, let the auto trade take the trade and calculate the target and try to do the training and learn how to move a trailing stop loss to the fib lines, break even, maximize your profit. You don't need to take the trades by yourself. The auto trade will take that trade and calculate where you need to put the entry. The entry and the target every time is different. It's not fixed base like this kind of auto trade. On that kind of auto trade, you put a trailing stop and a stop loss and a target, and then one of them is gonna hit. This is how it works on this kind of auto trade. But on that auto trade here, every trade is different, and if the market is trending, it's gonna extend the target and turn from scalping to swing trading by itself automatically. But my advice is for people to auto trade, the normal auto trade on one screen, and try to put a couple of charts, let's say ES, CL. I have a gentleman from Australia. He's new. We installed a system for him. We couldn't get him on Friday, so he has a problem with setting up with his broker, not us, because we were gonna install for him on Friday, but he had some problem, and with his broker get him connected to double account. So then I said I will install it for you on the weekend, and let me try to fish him out somewhere. And one thing he did I liked a lot when he is yesterday it was his first try on our software. Now I cannot find this fellow. Let me see. What he did very well yesterday, but then he decided to concentrate on two yesterday. There he is, and yeah, Frankie. Uh, so yesterday it was his. We installed a system for him on I did on the weekend, and of course he tested on his sim, and what I like about his message yesterday. Of course, I mean yesterday it was his first day, so he was on a sim trading. He made over 9,000 on a sim yesterday. It's a market order, so plus minus few ticks, but he nailed over 9K. A great system. I'm going to concentrate on two instruments, and that's what I like about that person. I mean, he was new. It's a difference between a customer. You're having a beer with him in a bodega somewhere, or you have to work with him every day. And that made me happy. What he said is not the amount of money, but what he said right there. It is because this is the biggest mistake by new traders. They are all over the place with the Nasdaq, Dow Jones, Russell, YM, and he only have couple $1,000 for God's sake, and he want to take the whole market with 2,000. So what I like about his message, I'm going to, concentrate on two instruments, not seven. So the guy, and then if we read a 15-second, is telling you his head was spinning with the 15-second because it's very fast market, and then he's asking what time he needs to start and everything. This is a very decent question for a guy. Is a brand new guy, but immediately you can identify he is a trader, because when we put everything for him, of course, he went and put the seven instruments, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, ES, everything, but then immediately he recognized, he only need to have two, and he traded the system. And he thinks it's a great system. That's good because he is an experienced trader. And what I like the most about this message, he just gonna concentrate on the two instruments. And this is what I like is that a guy, our system is big. We have a tons of auto trade. We don't show here. We have institutional auto trade. We have the institutional auto trade is still much bigger than this TI7. It have tons of entries, tons of filters. The institutional auto trade. We have the next generation auto trade. We have the reversal auto trade. We have the scalp and all this, and the signal. But you cannot be all over the place. So what you need is to concentrate maybe on an ES or a CL. It is sad sometimes when we do the installation to some people, they have a couple $1,000 in the account, or probably they don't even have those $2,000 in the account, and he is all over the place. CL, YM, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, DAX, everything, gasoline, everything, heating oil, everything you want, corn, everything you want, he's in there. And this poor guy has only a couple thousand. So what I'm trying to say, on a small account, try to take two charts and work on it, like YM, ES, YM Nasdaq. I don't like YM too much. Never been my piece of cake. Maybe Nasdaq and Russell, or Nasdaq and ES. If you have a good system, you can trade the ES. Why not? You know, so or CL. I like the CL and Nasdaq. You know, and turn everything on a Nasdaq and as an example, and a CL, whatever ticks you, whatever makes you happy. But then you start learning those rhythm on the CL, and you start learning the rhythm on the Nasdaq, and then you become a professional on the Nasdaq and the CL. Once you start learning the habit on those, then you have to, you can turn on the ES and the rest, because sometimes if the ES not moving, you will find the Nasdaq is moving. You can make money, or YM. But to start with, you should not be all over the place. You should be keep your eye watching on one or two contracts, or different instruments, or three if you are a little bit financially comfortable and you have a little experience, and then you learn the system. Because when you need to learn the system, and you need to learn the market. It's not a push button, lift off, and we are on the moon. Doesn't matter if you are using that kind of auto trade or that kind of auto trade. Everybody forget to say that. It's different when we're doing it live, or somebody go in the end of the day and after the fact. It is totally two different story. But you have to. Everybody is trying to market and auto trade. They forget to tell you that. Actually, I was the only one, I find out. But I prefer to say that than to let the guy thinking, he's a truck driver, and now he bought an auto trade. He's gonna be honeymooning again next week. The auto trades, you need to learn what time to start, what time to stop, how to manage the auto trade. But there is nothing 24/7, guys. There is nothing called 24/7, because a lot of those amateur traders, they think if you auto trade 24/7, you make more money. Auto trading 24/7, you will be losing your pants off, because this is let me this one here today. This is the biggest example. No matter how much money you make, you're gonna wind up losing it. As we see here today, when the market start moving, start at 908. And then went way up. We were in thousands, with the signal, and around 940, the market just start dying on us. So if you made $880, 8,000, 18,000, doesn't matter. If you continue trading, you would have lose it all back from here to here, and probably you will start all over again at 1120. And that is not your auto trade. It is because this market and those bars are extreme big. If we look at this bar here, is 236075. At the end is 234275. This is a lot of ticks, buddy, and those are big bars. If we look at this bar here, 2348.50. And this one here is 2369. This is a huge bar. So when we have a bar open, we don't know if it's gonna close up or down. So we're talking about a lot of ticks in between. So the idea about I don't know why, maybe they have seen too many commercial that you can trade 24/7. No. You cannot do that. You simply cannot do that. Now, what we have, if you want to, let's say you can, if you are trading with the trend, this is your luck for today. whether it's $100, $200, or whatever, and then you can. We have a different entry for overnight. It's the same auto trade, but a different entry, and that entry is based on a scalping. You know, you cannot just bring an ATR or a MACD auto trade in 2020, and you want to take the whole market with a small ATR based on a moving average plus, above, or minus, below the it's no longer in 2020 an ATR or a MACD is going to do the trick for you. The algorithm has went beyond your imagination, and it has to be very smart algorithm. The 80s are over long time ago. Now we are in 2020, and the algorithm has went so complicated, so much advanced, that even normal computer cannot handle it. Actually, like on Monday, when we were doing the webinars, I was showing the traders how to build their own charts, because there is some traders, they don't have a strong enough computer with 32 gigabyte RAM or 36 gigabyte RAM to take out some heavy optimization on NinjaTrader 8. NinjaTrader 7 was in 1 gigabyte NinjaTrader 7. Any computer will do it, but NinjaTrader 8 the bigger the computer, the better for NinjaTrader 8. And yesterday I had to teach how to build a template without doing the optimization, because you have to have a powerful computer to do optimization, and I do, but not everybody do. We have some traders, they are on a laptop, and try to laptop with 4 gigabyte RAM or 6 gigabyte RAM. I mean, the laptop is already smoke coming out of it from the processor when you are using 6 gigabyte RAM on NT8, and you have a market analyzer calculating tick by tick. You have the signal calculating tick by tick. This is a nightmare for a low capacity computer to handle optimization and market analyzer and trading. So that's why those ATR and MACDs and those indicators are no longer valid in 2020. And the trick in 2020 is not what happened in the past, is we need a system telling us what is going to happen. We're done with what happened in the past. Anyone can see that. But we need to predict constantly, because you are trading future. We're not trading bananas. We are trading future. So the indicator is following the market, whether it's an ATR or MACD. It gives you some little information, but mainly 90% is going up when the market is going up, and it goes down when the market is down. So in a way, the indicator is following the market, and you are trading the future. So your indicator is based on the past, and you are trading future. And how is it working for you? It's not. I don't care where you're from or what you're doing. It will never work for you, because the future is based on the prediction. It's not based what happened yesterday. If that auto trade today made 8,000, which we get some question. We had one guy, how many ticks I can get today? Today made 8,000. Tomorrow could be banana. Tomorrow could be 200. Could be 3,000. It's unpredictable what is going to happen. If it does today 8,000, does not mean tomorrow it will make 8,000. Could make 10,000. Could walk away with a banana, or you can make $200 out of it. That's what is the future all about. We don't know what will happen tomorrow, but we don't know what will happen tomorrow. But at least when we are trading, we need to predict where we are going. So a normal auto trade, like this one here, to trade it overnight, you can use one of the entries to trade overnight with a very modest target, like $200-300. That's it, because it doesn't move at night. And this kind of auto trade, if the market is moving, it's gonna spit money out like crazy. If the market like today was not moving, you can get in trouble with it. But on this one here, we can get some kind of prediction where this market going, and we can say, you know what, we can exit in a certain level and stand walking with nothing. I will walk with 500. I will walk with 600, and this way, I'm not gonna get in trouble. So God give us a brain to also think. Now, if we look at the CL, I think the CL trade, it just took a trade. And if we look at the CL, it's a trouble market. We were up to $300-400 in here, and now we are down to 80. On a day like this, when I see $300-400, I don't want the $1,000. I will walk away. 300 here, 300 there, 300 on the ES or YM. You make your day peacefully, and then you walk away. It's better than to sit down and challenge the market all day long. This is my opinion, guys, and it is for your own safety. It's not for me. The higher risk you have, the more rewards, or you can be losing your pants off. So in the future, you have to always predict. And if you don't have an instrument give you prediction or guiding you, you're not going to make it. Simple as that. You will not make it. Not today, not tomorrow. Try as much as you want. And auto trading blindly, if the market is okay, you're okay. But when you start in the morning, still you need to look at this market for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Look at the market. Make sure this market analyzer is in the green. Like today, half of the time was in red. Look, still we have a lot of, half of it is still in red. A little chop here and there. So that means there is a higher risk when you're trading, manual or auto trading. Those are small things. Once you get to the rhythm of it, then auto trading become easier. But you cannot take a fresh guy and just getting up in the morning, turn on the auto trade and hoping everything is okay. It's okay to maybe turn on any kind of auto trade the first 10 minutes to see if that auto trade on a sim, doesn't matter if this auto trade from us or another company, where this is not the issue here. Why don't you turn on the auto trade for 5-10 minutes on a sim? And if the auto trade is taking a trade, you can see the market moving. Turn on your live account. If you see this auto trade is struggling, not making money, go make a coffee, wait another 10 minutes. Watch the auto trade on a sim. Once you start see this auto trade start ticking and biting some ticks, turn on the live trade. So what I'm trying to say to you guys, you don't have to sit in a room for 1 year, but you have to be a little bit, have a little, motivation that those 5-10 minutes in the morning, maybe I don't know how to read the market, that's very fine. I will look at the scalper. Okay, the scalpers buy on the scalping, and on the 1 minute it says buy. Okay, so that I don't need to look at to any indicator or now to say I have the 1 minute saying buy and the scalper saying buy long. So it doesn't take a scientist to say I will take a trade on the long. I'm not gonna go short because both of them telling me is that direction. So we'll go back to the Nasdaq. It says buy, and the scalper saying buy. So they're both long. Without looking at any chart or indicator, then it is long, the Nasdaq. And then I can go here and look at the Nasdaq. I can see we are coming to the support area. and when we're gonna go long again, it's gonna hit the resistance area at 74.90. It's done. It's locked. Once you zero in on a chart and you understand what's going on in the market, you are easily can auto trade, and you can also, if you want to, you can direct that auto trade by going short only or long only. And if you don't want to touch it, don't touch it, but at least turn it on once you just look at the chart and try to understand what's going on and what this market is telling you. Once you understand what this market is telling you, it is like today, we stayed 1 hour away from the market because it was gonna make us lose money, and we said all trades is off. Last week we had the tons and tons of money made last week, and go back to the video. It is numbers I never seen before, and today it was sideways, but we stayed away when the market was in trouble. And there is no shortcut behind that, guys. No shortcut. You can try anything you want. Those last 10 years, we've had too many of them. They want to go shortcut, and they fell. The smart one, the arrogant ones, the good ones, all of them. And I thought once I thought I was a smart when I first started many years ago, and I find out I was too dumb for the market when we started. So there is nothing wrong with it because you don't have the experience, but this market, you have to learn it, and you have to respect it. You cannot just take money and put it cash in the market and you don't know what you're doing. It will be very high price, and we try to encourage people to sit down at least 2-3 weeks, concentrate like what this gentleman from Australia on 1 or 2 charts, and let the other monitor do the other auto trades for you. Because once you start understand those how this market moving, you start understand when to auto trade and not. And it is the key. If you have Tom start at 9:30 and John start at 10 o'clock, and the same auto trade, they're not going to have the same result. One is going to be down 1,000, one guy is going to be up 1,000. And they both have the same auto trade, the same setting. So timing is more important than the auto trading. Management is more important than the auto trading. Signal. Well, I follow the signal. Did you follow the signal, really? Why? Because it says buy, you just go and buy? Or did you do your homework and look at the scalper, see if the scalpers are on the same direction? Did you look at the 30-year Treasury bond is going on the opposite direction like now? When the 30-year Treasury bond going short, that means the ES should be long, and now the Nasdaq is long and the YM is long. That means this market right now in sequence, and no matter what you do, you cannot go wrong with your trading. So those are small details, the ones some people try to avoid. They don't cost that much time, and once you learn them, your life will be much easier auto trading. Trust me, guys, it's for your own safety. And it doesn't matter where you get this auto trade, any auto trade. If you're not gonna look at the market, if you're not gonna look at the market and the market trending, that's fine. It's gonna make money. But what I'm scared of, on a day you decided to go live and you're not looking at it, and let's say today, if a guy want to go live on an auto trade today, boy, he picked up the wrong day. If he auto traded last week, he walked away with 50K last week, or maybe he got excited from last week. He saw the auto trade made 50,000. Now today he want to try. He's gonna go down today, especially if you don't know what he's doing. So you can get away with it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, but then eventually you're gonna get caught with 1 day. The market is not moving, and you are auto trading heavily, and then you're gonna burn your fingers. So don't trust the market. Start with a micro account. With even if you have $50,000, start with micro account, one or two contract. It's not about making money to start with. It's about learning the pattern. And with this auto trade, whether you have 5,000 or 50,000, take one contract or two contract on a micro account. You know, then if you lose $5 here and there is nothing to talk about it. You just pretend like you bought yourself an ice cream. But and then once you start getting the hang of it, you move up to the E-mini, and then now you are comfortable with it. But don't go on a full throttle and jump in the ring with a gorilla. You want to trade the DAX and you have no clue how the DAX work, and the DAX is pretty little things. But if you start dig into it, it is the most, you have to be extremely fast and you have to be really cold-blooded when you're taking a trade. Even when you're getting beat up sometimes on a trade, you have to be cold-blooded, close position, walk away, don't look at the market for you to calm down because it is a very fast market. And but the opposite, if you are trading the ES, if you are in a trade with an ES, you can go and shave and come back. You maybe have a few ticks up and down. It's not unusual for a guy trading ES, go to the bathroom, take a little shave, and then come back, and he's still in the same place. But the DAX, you cannot turn your back on it because it bites. CL, I like the CL a lot. I like the CL. It's very straightforward trading. And one of the things also I noticed on the CL, when the ES Nasdaq Dow Jones like today, they're going sideways, the CL works. Always. Once you see the ES Nasdaq Dow Jones are clumsy today, they're not trending, a lot of those traders jump on the CL trades. They know what they're doing. When they see there is a trouble in heaven with the ES, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones, what they do, they jump on the CL and the CL start trending. Notice that, guys, when the markets open, and as we showed you today, the ES got caught in a channel. The Nasdaq is waiting on the ES. The YM was a nightmare. If you go back to this video, then you turn around on every single chart with the CL was hitting lock-in profit, and it was done within minutes with the auto trade, because the other guys know what they're doing. When they see trouble, they went and refuge to the CL. And this poor guy coming in and he don't know the trick. He's gonna go dive in right into the CL and get himself in a trouble. Doesn't matter what system he's using, you see. So notice that every time the Nasdaq, ES, YM in trouble, you turn around, you find the CL is moving. So for a guy with a smaller account, it's not wrong by picking up one of your favorite ES, Nasdaq, or Dow Jones, whatever it makes you happy, get you excitement, and put next to it the CL. So because if you are trading ES and Nasdaq, there is a possibility both those horses die on you, like what happened today. But if you pick up one of those instruments, ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and put the next to it a CL, then eventually they're not gonna die, both of them in the same time. And those are small things. You should learn it by yourself. You should not have anyone to tell you those tricks. On the DAX, I always, if I want to trade manual on the DAX, I monitor the ES, which they are from two different planets, but I can monitor the ES and make decision on the DAX based on the ES, which the ES on one planet and the DAX is in Deutschland, in a different country, but they work together. And a lot of times this ES give you prediction for the DAX. Don't underestimate the ES. It's the best signal in the house. Once you start learning how to look at the ES, the market follow. And the ES is the biggest one in the house. The biggest signal in the house is still presenting those 500 companies, and it's gonna give you very good idea where the Nasdaq going. Even the Nasdaq is from a different planet, but when the ES come into major support resistance, the Nasdaq stops. They still respect major area support resistance. The Nasdaq stop until this ES move forward, and when the ES don't move forward, go backward, the Nasdaq goes backward. And those are small things. You have to see it. You have to look at it before you call it a career. And a career does not come out of a window, you know. Folks, it's 12:31, and what you see, what you got for today. I want to say thank you very much for today. Please, please, please stay safe. Pretend like you are somewhere, you know, on duty somewhere, and try to avoid public at the moment until we go through the crisis, and we pray to everyone get well, and please try to protect yourself and your family, and we hope to God God will protect you and your family from any of those crises, and please stay at home, be patient, and it is a sad time for everyone worldwide, and we hope we can go through it in one piece. Thank you very much, and hopefully God will save us all. Bye for now. See you on Thursday. Tomorrow it will not be any